What cost should I expect with my VA cash out refinance? This can be a touchy subject for some. Let's get after it. Hey, VA Nation, Jeff Newton here with National VA Loans powered by Stride Bank. Of course, to contact us here, it's 855-956-4040. Check us out online at National VA Loans, and be sure to click the subscribe button somewhere around here, and so you can stay up to date with all the current information for VA home loans. Okay, so let's get after it. And like I said, this can be a touchy one for some people, and I don't mean you. I mean some companies. This can be touchy. What cost should I expect with my VA cash out refinance? I'm going to ask you a question first. Have you ever made a phone call to somebody and you said, I want to do a cash out refinance, and what are my costs going to look like? And they're kind of cagey about it. Now that's usually a good red flag. That's why I want to talk about it. So what you can expect, not what you can expect when expecting, but what you can expect when you're doing a cash out refinance through National VA Loans and Stride Bank. So you know exactly what everything is. Because there are costs associated with every type of loan. I mean, that's just the way it works. There's a lot of third-party activity going on with loans. There's just it is what it is. There are costs, and that includes we'll start with title. We contract different title companies, and of course you have the choice of title. That's something I want you to remember too, is as the veteran or the active duty service person is doing the loan, you have the choice of what title company you want to use. Now, we do utilize a national title company that can kind of hit all corners of the earth, so it makes it a little bit easier. But if you have a title company that say you close your purchase with, or you've closed the loan with in the past, and you feel like we can get a little bit better deal with them, then we're all about it. Let's use them for sure. But you do have title costs, and because they're going to search title and make sure there aren't any liens that you aren't aware of, make sure that you are the owner of record. They're going to record this loan, and they're going to handle all the paperwork, and they're also going to handle all the funds coming from the bank to pay off any loans that we're paying off. So those costs are associated with all loans. They range, and they're different at every spot, every different locale, every different loan amount. It changes per loan. So that's why there's no exact cost that you can give, but that's something that you should know that is a cost that you're going to have when you're doing a refinance, is that you're going to have that cost in there for title work. Some states have tax stamps. I know some don't. Some counties do. Some don't. The beauty of it is again, whenever you call us 855-956-4040, we'll be able to tell you exactly what those are. We're about as transparent as we can be, to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting into. That's why, again, we want to go over this now. Another cost that's associated with every loan out there, as far as refinances go, are going to be your appraisal costs, appraisal and credit report costs. I remember credit reports being like reasonably priced when I first started this. Now, granted, it was a long time ago. I still had hair up top, and I wasn't wearing stupid readers. I know, man. I tell you what, staring at a computer screen all damn day for 20 some odd years, it takes a toll on the old eyes. But, and I don't know what happened to the hair. It's just genetics, I suppose. But you're going to have credit report costs. You're going to have appraisal costs. Now, one thing to understand about credit is credit, like I said, has gone through the roof as far as costs go. But with the VA, that you are limited, or you are not limited, but you have a ceiling, I guess, of what the cost of credit is. So even if we're paying $150 or $160 for a credit report, the veteran or the active duty service member, you will only pay $100 on the credit report. Appraisals, again, that's just the cost of every house has got to get appraised when we're doing a VA cash out or VA cash out refinance. So it's going to depend on where you're at. If you're in the deepest, darkest recesses of Alaska, appraisals may cost a little more, and they're going to take a little longer. If it just depends on where you're at, what locale, and what those are. Now, the beauty of it is you're going to know this up front. It's not going to be a surprise at the end. Oh my God, how much was this? It's going to be something we're going to know up front. So just to recap, just so far, we've got title work, you've got your credit report, and you have your appraisal costs. So one other cost, and I say cost because it's really not, it's your escrows. So you're going to have escrows in there because we're going to close out your current mortgage, right? We're going to pay it off, and we're going to start the new. So you're going to have it. We're going to rebuild your escrow account so there's not a shortage in there when your taxes or your insurance comes due. Now, that does come through as a cost because it gets included in the loan, but it's not traditionally a cost. It's something that is going to be, it'd be the same no matter where you were doing, if you're doing this loan. So I don't traditionally call it a cost. Now, National VA Loan Stride Bank, we do have an administrative fee. That's basically processing and underwriting costs. It's very nominal. I mean, it's very, very low. You can give us a call, 855-956-4040. I can give you exactly what that number is, so you know exactly what you're looking at, but it is very low. The cost that you need to be considerate of that is not necessarily a cost that you have to pay is what's called loan discount points, okay? Loan discount is typically to what we call buy the rate down. So I'm not going to get into what if rates were this, what if they were that, because rates change all the time. And really the rate's important, but APR is what's the most important for you because that shows you the true cost of your loan. But if you wanted to get yourself a lower interest rate than what the market rate was, you can pay discount points to lower that interest rate. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that. If you are, great. If you're not, give us a call, 855-956-4040. Number one, we'll let you know if you paid discount points on other loans before, especially if you had the paperwork, and if it makes sense to pay discount points on loans right now. Now, I'm going to tell you this, discount points don't make sense for everybody, and they don't make sense at all times. Right now, I think we're probably in a pretty rate stagnant market where rates aren't really moving around a whole lot, but we are, crystal ball says maybe we're going to be seeing lower rates over the next 18 months. But discount points and doing that kind of thing are just, it's specific to every loan, every borrower. And if anyone tells you it's a blanket deal, they're wrong. It's something that you need to examine on every loan at a different time because everyone's in a different stage. If you're only going to be there 3 more years, or if you might only be there 5 more years, you just don't know. So there's things we need to look at to make sure it makes sense. Now, the one thing, and I'm going to leave you with this, we'll recap, of course, title fees, appraisal costs, credit fees, processing, underwriting, things like that. Those are costs you can expect. And then, of course, your new escrow account. Those are costs you can expect on almost every loan. The discount is arbitrary. I shouldn't say arbitrary. Discount points are optional. If you decided to utilize discount points to get a lower interest rate, then you might incur those costs as well. Now, I can't speak for everybody. I just know at National VA Loans and Stride Bank, on VA cash out refinances, you're not going to bring any of this money to closing. And I probably should have led with that at the beginning. And hopefully you've listened this long, but those costs, if they're 5, 6, 7, 10,000, I mean, who knows what they could be because it's different. Like I said, it's different for every different loan type, every different location, but you're not going to come out of pocket with those costs like it would be on a purchase. And a lot of times on a purchase, you come to the table with that money. Whereas on a VA cash out refinance, you're not. Okay. Those are included in the loan and they make a small, insignificant difference on your total monthly payment every month. Now you can take into account that you're going to miss payment. I mean, there's just a lot of different things that go into it. What I always suggest is give us a call, 855-956-4040. Talk to any of our VA specialists. Again, with over 20 years of experience for each and every one of them. Some of them got 30 years. I'll tell you who they are. They're kind of old. I'm not there yet. I know I look like I should be, but I'm not quite there yet. But we've got guys that have tons of experience and they've just gone through this a million different times and they know the product really well. To stay current, I know you guys are already on YouTube right now, but to stay current with the most up-to-date information or stay up to date with the most current information. I like that better. I think it sounds better. So to stay current with the most up-to-date stay up to date with the most current information, check out youtube.com/National VA Loans. It's the best way to get all the information. We upload videos here as often as possible to especially if there's new things that are happening or new information you want to get out. Now, if you are like me and you just like to get things moving and get the ball rolling, check out nationalapplynow.com. Download our simple, secure Stride home mortgage application. You can download it to your phone, to your tablet, however you got to download it. Download it. You'll be able to build an account that is secure and then fill out the application right there. It'll come right to our VA specialist. One of our guys will give you a call, maybe even me, and we'll go over all the different options that are available for you for the VA cash out refinance. Guys, thank you for your service. Until next time, we appreciate you. We appreciate all you've done for us. Take care of yourselves and God bless.